This is a story of how Criss Angel traumatized me as a child. So if you don't know who Criss Angel is, he's a magician, kind of like David Blaine, I think, but focusing more on, like, typical magic trick. I don't know. I don't remember. He's a magician. Anyway, so I am no more than 10 years old, and my family's at our family friend's house. And they had a Criss Angel special on the TV, in the background in the living room. And the way that I remember it, granted this was like 15 years ago at least, it was like giving people like a tour backstage, and they had a prop guillotine, I think. I don't know why, but I remember them like showing if you put a head of lettuce in the guillotine and then you let it go, it slices the lettuce. But then I think they showed it where it's like if you like flip a lever, it stops. So some guy put his head in the guillotine for some reason. I don't know if it was to take a picture or if it was to show like, oh, it's gonna stop when he puts his head in it, because that's how the joke works. But thing is, it doesn't stop. And you just see a human head rolling off a fucking guillotine. And they really played it up because they were like, oh my god, what the fuck, what's going on? Everyone was freaking the fuck out, but then after like 2 minutes, they're like, haha, it's a joke, like that's a prank, that's the trick. 10-year-old self was not impressed. I couldn't get the image of a human head being sliced and rolling off a guillotine out of my mind. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think it actually, like, rolled off. I think it got stuck and the guy was, like, squirming. Doesn't make it any better. And basically, I couldn't get the visual of a human head being chopped by a guillotine out of my head. So then from that point on, me, little 10-year-old, I grabbed my Disney Mix clip, I put the headphones in, and I'm constantly listening to music so that I didn't have to focus on that image in my head. And that's how I developed the habit of always listening to something. To this day, 15 years later, I still do this. My world is never silent. I'm always listening to music, podcasts, YouTube videos, something, in order to avoid intrusive thoughts. So that's how Criss Angel was the start of my trauma. Fuck you.